Hi there, Scorpio. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is your mid-month reading for April 2017. Let us see what the energies are in store for you. Of course, energy is fluid, so you may find that they permeate a little before, a little before and a little after the 15th to the 31st, all right? Scorpio, okay, there's something that requires you to pay great attention. Like you've got to be on. Like something about whatever this is. It could be a conversation. It could be a moment of truth, a standstill sort of energy where it's like you're totally consumed. But I feel you've been waiting for this, whatever this is. Okay. I'll pull another for you. Oh my goodness, Scorpio. This is significant, okay? You have the Hierophant in reverse in your theme, overlooking the 10 of Cups. Okay. Quite a number of signs have been getting the Hierophant in reverse. Taurus got the Hierophant in reverse. I believe Gemini also got the Hierophant in reverse. And the 10 of Cups. So, now, you're coming in with a significant number of major arcana. You have Temperance in reverse. You have the Devil upright. Deep past, recent past. You then have the Empress in your advice in reverse. You have the Lovers in your current, or in your near future, rather. And that pulled out with the Two of Swords in reverse. They were kind of stuck together. So, 2 cards for that position. You have the Fool in reverse in the energetic pathway that you stepped into that helped lead you to your current state, which is the Two of Cups in reverse. And you have the Moon in reverse in your energetic pathway that you're moving into as you step into your final outcome, which is the Daughter of Swords, upright. So, and right, the Hierophant in reverse theme. Scorpio. Pisces got the Moon in reverse in their theme, and it was like a major focal point of the reading. Right? Not just because it was the theme, but because it was like weird stuff was happening with the Moon card, okay, during the reading. So it was like some sort of major gauge, okay, of the direction of the reading. So if you have a Pisces Moon rising ascendant sign, or if you know a Pisces archetype of a person, then you may want to check that video out, all right? But some interesting stuff, right, is happening. And of course, it's Mercury retrograde, right? We're just sliding right into it, I believe tonight, actually. And we will be leaving it on May 3rd. So, coupled with Venus retrograde, it can kind of make for a period of reflection, of review, of refinement, revisiting, right? Past concepts, people, ideologies, things, places that are unresolved in some capacity, right? So as confusing or troublesome, so to speak, the retrograde periods may seem to be. They also provide us for such a conducive period of time where we can really work through energetic blockages, right, that come up for our review. So the moon energy that's coming through could be a cycling, right? It's cyclical in and of itself. The moon is cyclical. It could be a cycling through of something, a propensity to remain in the dark, to feel unclear about something, to somehow feel off kilter about some aspect of our life. Okay, and it's in reverse, so that's good. I like that. I feel that the clouds, right, are somehow floating away. Okay, so where you previously were a little bit confused or you felt something was unclear or murky waters, it's like now there is clarity, some sort of clarity that's coming about. But before I finalize that sentiment, I want to get to the rest of the reading, okay? So I will also say this. 9 of Cups in reverse popped out while I was shuffling, and it was like plump right at the top, the apex, okay? And it's in reverse, but it's propped in a way that makes it kind of upright. So it's almost like, it's again this inverted feeling. It's that inversion of the retrograde. It's like technically in reverse, but it's like moving up. So it's like reviewing maybe the past, or there's some kind of it's like an energy that is moving forward and yet backwards at the same time. Okay, so, and it regards emotions, it regards some aspect of your life that has maybe been also unclear to a certain extent. Maybe you didn't know how you felt about it even, right, with the moon in reverse. It could have been a matter that you felt almost like, how do I feel about this? What is my intuition trying to tell me? What is intuitively right about the situation? And now it's like, even if you're still somewhat unclear, or you were unclear, now it's like, I have no choice but to ride to the top of the mountain, right? And see what I see. See what I see there. What does a view look like? Well, we're going to find out, right? We're going to ascend and we're going to find out. So there's a matter of time that is also at play here, that I feel, it's almost like you feel like, I don't have time anymore even to remain in this state. Even if I wanted to, maybe something is just going to be revealed, right? And you have it paired with the Mother of Wands, right? Speaking of that very fertile energy, that birth. Fire is a very honest energy, is a very authentic, like intuitive and impulsive, right, kind of energy, whereby it's like you can't stop the birth, right? Fire, spark, creation, life force, vitality. You can't really harness that. You can't really control fire, right? It's very hard. It's a wild element. So there's a feeling of time and a cycle of some sort. Something is coming full circle for you. I feel, and it regards your emotions. This could be a birth. This could absolutely be a birth. Especially even though the Mother of Wands is situated very closely to my rose quartz crystal, upon which the 9 of Cups is propped. So there's an interesting interplay between these cards and the moon, right? Fertile. So there's fertile energy. There's something that is coming out of the light. It may have to do with a birth. It may be something that you have been anticipating and you were like, what is it a boy or a girl? Am I pregnant? Am I not pregnant? Are they pregnant? Are they not pregnant? It's like something, right, is coming to light here. And it doesn't have to necessarily be an actual birth. It can also just simply be a project of some sort that you are hoping to get off the ground. So, nonetheless, let's get right into it and see what the energies hold here for us. But you have, I will say this, right, in your theme, the Hierophant in reverse. Before I get to that, I wanna get into the spread, and then we'll talk about the theme. Okay, deep past, Temperance in reverse. If you can catch that with the lighting here. You're fire-footed, Scorpio. You're like, I want to make change. I want to make movement. I want to act from a place that is dynamic, spontaneous. But I feel that my circumstance in some shape or form does not yet allow me to do that, to make that movement forward. But internally, you feel impatient towards it. You feel like this change, whatever it is long awaited. And especially so, right? You have the Devil card right next to the Temperance card. So, the Devil's upright, fire-footed goat, all right? It's like Temperance, Sagittarius' card. There's a desire to seek out a path of life, a way of life that speaks to our even sense of fertility, creative fertility, and above and beyond all, a new beginning. Okay, a new beginning. There's a desire to set out along a path that is entirely new. And it's interesting because you have this Devil, right? And then you have this baby chick, the Fool. So it's kind of aggressive, right? Aggressive, forward, active energy. Okay? Adamant, resilient, focused, with drive and precision. Capricorn's card. And then you have, right, this sort of more free-flowing, unassuming, right, open-minded energy of the Fool, where there's no presumption of the world it's encountering. There's only surrender to it. There's only surrendering to the possibilities of what it encounters along this path in this new world. So, it's interesting because it's a dichotomy between insistent drive, focus, desire to make movement, change forward, and then there's this sort of slowing down. Okay, there's this what's the word? There's a word. Okay. Something to do with give and take. Okay, something to do with give and take is at play here. Okay, and I'm feeling that it's almost like it's a balancing act for you, Scorpio. And what's interesting is that the Fool and the Hierophant, they're looking at each other, like both in reverse, like both hanging, but on different sort of branches, right? They're very different, very different. So look, right, Scorpio, I feel that there is a sort of standoff, okay, a sort of like high road, or it's like left road, right, yin yang. Am I taking a route that is more conventional? Or am I taking a route that is more free-flowing, the freescape? Okay, do I want to take a route that is somewhat expected, right, of me, almost, maybe even, right? Or even self-imposed limitations, expectations? Or do I want to completely redefine my path, right, without any sort of presuming like force or expectation of me, right? It's like I want to just meander. I want to just discover myself. So I feel that you have almost these two halves of yourself, where one, even within maybe the society that you're in, or the environment that you're in, you play a sort of role, okay? And it may be one where you are highly regarded as well, right? The Hierophant is wise, it lies atop the key of wisdom, answers, secrets. So, The Fool, right, is unassuming. It's like it lets it all go. It let the whole past cycle go, right? It transformed through death, right? Tower. It's surrendered to the process of knowing, even, right? It's the exact opposite of the Hierophant in many ways. But they're both very powerful. Right? It takes courage. It takes courage to surrender. It takes courage to accept the unknown, the path of the unknown, accept the journey to discovering, right? A personal truth, not just a truth that we have known or grown up to know, or been conditioned to believe is true for us. There is a desire, a strong desire to break out of that box, Scorpio. And it's a standoff. It's a standoff. And it's about saying goodbye. It's about saying goodbye to a certain world that maybe you once associated with. You've been getting this energy. You've been getting this energy, Scorpio, for quite some time. And embarking upon a world that we don't even know really where it's going to lead us. We just feel that we're compelled to begin our ascent along that path. So, Scorpio, this is not an easy energy, okay? And there's a right, where one door closes, another one opens. It's that sort of feeling. Right, where it's like there's going to be sacrifice. That's what I'm feeling. There's going to be sacrifice. Right, moving from that sort of line of work and vision and way of doing things to another. It's a change. Inevitably, it's a change. But in order for the Fool to turn upright and to make its progress through the spread, it needs to sort of, right, confront this Hierophant, confront this perch of so-called wisdom and conventionalism and all-knowingness, right? This righteousness sort of energy, which I feel that you are emotionally cycled out of. You're like, emotionally, whatever I've known to be true, okay, or that I've lived, the truth that I've lived has not, like, has played its part. Right? There's transformation that awaits me. And where that takes me, I don't quite know. But I feel you're going to come closer to that knowing, Scorpio, that it's not even about knowing. It's not even about that. It's about creating. And that creation may be in suspension, And it's a matter of, right, embodying that mystery. Embodying the journey, the process of discovering what you don't know, right? So it's about reveling in that. I'm feeling that for you, Scorpio. And the awareness that you come to, I feel is not like, right, it's a boy. It's like, it's not born yet. That's what I feel for you. It's like the revelation is that I may not know. I may not know, right? I may not know. Where everyone else proclaims their truth, right? I still accept the path that leads me to discover my own personal truth. Whoa, Scorpio. That's powerful. And right? It's all held within this single moment, this confrontation of truth. The two halves of your being, the two hemispheres of your life, of your world, right? Are you going left or are you going right? But I feel that you're enchanted absolutely by this path, okay? And I feel that this has played its part, but is at the end of its cycle, in terms of what it gives you emotionally. And so, following the Fool in reverse is the Two of Cups in reverse. Current state. Paired with the Empress in reverse. A lot of fertile energy, Scorpio. Whoa. Okay. A lot of cards speaking to fertility, rather. You do have them in reverse, so something is impending still, and of course, right, it's Venus retrograde, it's Mercury retrograde approaching, so it could be speaking to that suspension, right, of fertility or what of project or whatever it is. You may be waiting to fully conceal something. Not conceal, sorry, release. Release, right? Reveal. Whatever it is that you've been working towards or that you've been aspiring towards. The total revelation of that process is not yet, has not yet come about. And I feel that it's partly also, I mean, you have to be, right? You have to energetically, right? Step into the role of creator. Mind, body, soul. I'm totally committed to this new beginning. I want it. And I'm ready to make peace with what I need to make peace with. Right? But the roots on whatever this is that you need to uproot may be deep. So it's a process, right? It's a process of recognition, realization, surrender, acceptance. But so much awaits you. So much awaits you. And I feel that this fertile energy is suspended because it's waiting for you to make this energetic shift. The surrender. Jumping ship, right? Until you, right, jump ship, there's no paddling away in that canoe, right, into the romantic cave. So, right, like imagine that. Imagine that I'm imagining you like on this like cruise liner, like a huge ship, right, like Titanic, okay, Titanic style. But the Titanic is sinking, and you know that, right? You know you're like, this is not the, I need to get off this ship. This is not taking me where I need to go. I need to change my course. I need to change my path. And, right, I don't want to be on a big ship. You may even be thinking, I don't want to be on a big ship. I don't need a big ship to take me where I want to go. Right? Maybe I want to explore the canals. Right? Where a big ship can't navigate, can't squeeze its way through, right, the crevices of that path that I feel will lead me to my truth. Scorpio. So it's like I feel you and I see you, right, feeling like so, it's like you just feel the vastness of this cruise you're on, this ship, and you're like, and it's like you feel so almost like, it's like a feeling of like cellophane. Like imagine that you just feel all this bubble wrap around you. Right? And you almost feel like a sumo wrestler. Like you can't really get deeply ingrained into whatever it is that you're truly passionate about. If it makes sense, Scorpio, I feel that it will apply for some of you. But it's like you got to take all this clothing off, right? That's what I'm feeling for you. It's like if you want to run the marathon, you have to take the overcoat off, right? And I feel you want movement, but you want free movement, right? You don't want just the movement of this big ship, you and this big ship. It's like you want to be in control with the paddles, and you want to be the one rowing. okay, and guiding wherever this canoe is going, through the canal and this cave, right? It's like, you want to create the path, even if it's jagged and unexpected, right? There's no roadmap. Where here, it's like the roadmap is very clearly laid out for us, right? The key, it's like absolute truth. Here, it's like, I'm going to create my truth. So, Scorpio, what I'm feeling for you, right, is like, you got to like somehow get off that ship and descend, right? Like Rose and Jack, like not on a log, okay, that is going to sink, but on a canoe, right? On a canoe. So it's about getting yourself, just displacing yourself in some kind of way, transporting yourself onto new grounds, okay, that's going to be conducive for you, that's going to allow you for greater movement, where you don't feel restricted, right? Restricted. So there's a theme of exploration. There's a hunger for it, Sagittarius. Oh my goodness, right? 9th house energy, strongly here. That of the traveler, right? Foreign lands. The expansion of the horizons, philosophical and otherwise. There's a thirst, there's a hunger for discovery of self and the world at large. That's what I'm feeling as well. You feel like there's a lot that I want to explore, that I want to know more about, and it may take you to far-reaching places as well. But you got to take yourself there. That's what I'm feeling. It's like Titanic is not going to take you there. That's the feeling I'm getting. Okay, the big cruise liner, like it's like this, Scorpio. Oh my God, it's like this. Like when you go on a vacation, right, to go visit a certain city, you can either buy the tour, right? You can buy the tour package where you and like 150 other people do, right, the same sort of passes, make the same sort of trips, visiting the same places, hearing the same recording of the description of every monument in every place. It's like a en masse sort of experience, versus setting out on a journey to a city you've never been to and thinking, I want to personalize the way that I experience the city, right? It's like, I want to get my roadmap out. I want to get my marker out. I want to draw the lines of where I want to go and what I want to visit, and I want to explore it, and I want to research it, and I want to talk to the local people who know about it, right? That I can enrich my experience with in some kind of way, where I can have an experience that no one else is having to a certain degree as well. I want to learn things that will help me expand my horizons and broaden my perception of the world. Because whatever this is, I feel you feel is not fully enriching for you, okay? Now, fertile energy, emotional satisfaction, bliss, a new start in that is awaiting you, right? From the 10, boiling point, to the 2, is awaiting you. Your advice, Scorpio, is the Empress in reverse. So, the Empress is like looking up at the Fool. Okay, all eyes are on the Fool. Literally, all eyes are on the Fool. The Hierophant's looking at the Fool. The Devil is looking towards the Fool. The Two of Cups are flipped up towards the Fool. The Empress is flipped up towards the Fool. So, the Fool's got to make its move before the energy can move through, right, and into the future. There's a standstill of birth and creation, of fertility. We're seeing that in 2 places. The Empress, but I said Emperor, right? It could be a pair that it's referring to, absolutely. A counterpart to whatever this creation is, or this new journey, or this new world. Okay. or the enablement of your creative fire energy. I will say that as well. And the Mother of Wands, right? So it's like a standstill on birth, almost. It's like a standstill on the creative process. Standstill. Standstill together, waiting for the Fool. It's like a traffic jam. It's like a traffic jam. And you know, it's a Scorpio. Like in almost every one of your readings, there is that feeling of, right? Remember in your last reading, there was Judgment and the Magician. And Judgment was in reverse. Magician was in reverse, looking at Judgment. And it was like it was a holdup. And it was happening in the same place that this is happening in. There's a holdup. And there's a lot of energy that's waiting. Fast energy. Fast, okay, direct line, okay, focused, ready to make things happen sort of energy. Waiting. Clogged, okay, in a way, so to speak, right? So the focus for you, Scorpio, is on you energetically entering that space of I'm ready to make this change happen. I'm ready. It's all in your hands. It's the push of the button. It's the final word. It's a final say. It's a standing up for your truth. And so you step into your near future with the Lovers and the Two of Swords in reverse. Wow. Scorpio. There is the free flight. There is the free flight. There is the alliance with this desire for freedom. Greater range. Right, with which we are to create our world, to pursue what makes us truly satisfied, gratified. There's no more, right, of this wish-washy, how do I feel about this? How do I strategize this? How do I do this? How do I say this? How do I describe this? Do I even know how I feel about this? It's like, it's in reverse now. The ambiguity is clarified. And this could be a flight. I will say this. It could be an actual flight that we're seeing you're taking. Once you reach this clarity, right? Of like, I know what I want. And I know how I'm going to go about getting it done. So, it's like stallion out of the cage, okay? I'm feeling like the Chariot card. That's what I'm feeling for you. Chariot card. Okay. Hair just right, like flapping in the wind. I mean, it's a big shift from this otherwise constipated energy, so we'll call it, right? Seven of Pentacles upright in your hopes and or fears. The Lovers is flying into the Seven of Cups. All sorts of mix up here. Seven of Pentacles, but I said Cups. I meant to say flying, right? And I said flying, but I was about to say swimming. So there's a thing with water, okay, that regards the interaction between these two cards, and by way also this Two of Swords, which is in tandem here with the Lovers. So emotions play a big role in whatever this is, and we're seeing that absolutely, right? Strong emotions, emotional anticipation, a very emotional event, emotions underpinning, right? There's a lot of emotions that regard whatever this big change is. Okay, and so this freedom, this free flight, I feel is going to help clear emotions also. It's going to help clarify how you feel emotionally about something. It's going to clear up old emotions. It's going to help this cycle fully regenerate and come to a close. And what we're seeing here is the fusion between sustainability, progress, long-term success and satisfaction as it regards emotionalism as well. So your emotional satisfaction, I feel it's like It's like you are, look, it's interesting. The Lovers is flying into this otherwise very straight line. It's like a straight path. Okay, and I'm feeling that it's like an activation of some sort of this energy of the Lovers. It's like the Lovers somehow, right? Gemini's card. Willy-nilly, free, flowing, without a real sort of orientation even of where we're flying. We're just flying, right? Like, do you know where we're flying? No. Do you? No. We're just going. We're just enjoying the moment, right? That's kind of what that energy speaks to. But it's interesting because then they're met by this very clear path. There's a very clear path that speaks of progress, that speaks of movement, that speaks of direction. So, but again, I was saying cups, cups, and water, water. It's like, it's not just rigid earth, right? It's fertile. Okay, so whatever this path is, I'm feeling that by way of you following your truth, following the path instinctively, right? Where it's like, there's no clear path for these Lovers, but I am driven to pursue this sort of energy. And by doing that, right, it leads you to stability. That's what I'm feeling. But not the stability that is constricting. The stability, rather, that is fertile, enchanting, inspiring, sentimental. There's a sentimentalism to this, right? To this duo that I feel is very fruitful, very fruitful. So whatever this is, if this is a relationship, if this is a new project or venture, I'm feeling that it is going to be met with great, great long-term sort of success. Okay. Now, the Daughter of Swords upright in your final outcome. And you have the Four of Pentacles in your environment. Again, the Mother of Wands in reverse, the Moon in reverse, both in the energetic pathway. So, Scorpio. You have so much alluding to the animal of the bird. One who takes flight. Okay. Where with the Temperance card, we see this flamingo or peacock, right? Whatever this animal is, it's fanning its fire. It's not moving. We then see movement. We see the desire for it, right? We see stagnancy. But then we also see, again, coming full circle, we see there's a perching, okay? Again, similar to the Hierophant, but very different. Very, very different. So what I'm feeling here is that it's almost like there's like a rediscovery of self, even a rediscovery of ideologies, personal ideologies, by way of this free flight that you take or you took or whatever it may be, right? Timing could be different for everyone. But roughly around the, I would say last week of April, beginning May, there's this feeling of taking a flight that ultimately leads you to higher ground of some sort, whereby you feel, I even have a broader perspective of life in general now, right? It's like look at this. The Hierophant and the Daughter of Swords, both perched, both birds. But the Daughter of Swords has this starry night sky in the background. It almost looks like she's in outer space, right? Way up there. in another galaxy almost. Okay, whereas the Hierophant, right, there's like a storm in the background. There's lightning. It's, there's not much, right, that elicits the imagination with the Hierophant. And it is, alas, right, a very conventional sort of energy. But the Daughter of Swords, it's kind of like there's a displacement. There's knowledge. Oops, upright. There's knowledge. There's newfound sort of awareness. And there's a certain level of even feeling stable with what we know, even if it's not as, right, regarded in the way of the Hierophant. Like, oh, this is like all-knowing knowledge. It's like, no, this is my knowledge. This is the knowledge that I, as an individual, sought out by way of my journey, of my impasse, my, if that is the word, of my surrendering to releasing this all-knowing knowledge. And so you're valuing personal knowledge and ideologies over that of a collective, impersonal sort of truth. Okay, and so we're seeing that it's almost like your whole perception of the world changes after this point. You're on higher ground. And your view of the world could be highly spiritual as well. Okay, by way of this flight. It's almost like you make this journey and then you come back and you're like, whoa, I completely see the world in a different way now. In a completely different way. What I thought I knew at one point, what I thought was true and the be-all and all, right? My horizons have been broadened. I've pursued my curiosity, and I now, right, have formed an ideology, a truth, a personal truth that is different, and of my own. And so, in your environment, it's the Four of Pentacles. So there's a restructuring, a foundation, as it regards your stability, as it regards how you feel even stable, right? By way of, at the same time, stepping onto a path that is unstable, that is unknowing. So, right, we have that dichotomy yet again, the knowing and the unknowing, which we see very much with the Four of Pentacles. And it's right beneath the Nine of Cups. So it could be referring to whatever the situation is. There could be preparation for, right, whatever this ends up coming about as. And you may need to restructure your environment in some kind of way. Okay. But it's interesting, Scorpio, because you have the Mother of Wands in reverse and the Moon in reverse, both in your energetic pathway. And I can't help but focus on this Nine of Cups, which is in reverse, like building up to a mountain peak that just, it's like a cliff. And beneath the cliff is this reverse Mother of Wands and the Moon in reverse. So it's like a cliffhanger. That's what it's like, Scorpio. It's a cliffhanger. But I feel like you're ready for it. Okay, you're ready for it with the Moon in reverse. You're like, come at me. Come at me. Right? I am a new person. I am on new grounds. Let me tune in real quick here for the Mother of Wands here. This could be a birth for many of you. I will say that this could be a birth for many of you. Maybe you find out, right? It's like you're coming to terms with it, or you're somehow preparing for it. It may be unexpected. I will also say that. But otherwise, it could be there's something unknown about this, Scorpio, okay? But there's something, again, known about it. So there's something going on with these two cards. Take a look at them. What do you feel when you see these two cards? Because this is the energy pathway that you're stepping into as you step out of the month, into your final outcome of the Daughter of Swords. And these are in reverse. Mother of Wands is mirroring the Fool. And we're seeing a we're going from really mature to new, youthful, right? Youthful, daughter. So there's a scaling down effect. There's a playfulness, there's a childlike nature to whatever this is, Scorpio. Okay, so I hope this reading was helpful for you. It seems that there's a lot going on. There's a little bit of mystery. There's a little bit of fine-tuning. There's a little bit of navigating and meandering your way through the month. But it's enchanting. I feel you want it. You're ready for it to an absolute degree. You've been waiting for this moment to just strike out on your own, right? Pursuing that path of individuality. So I hope that the reading was helpful for you, Scorpio, and I will be back with your full moon reading in just a few days. So stay tuned for that. It'll be coming out probably, well, the full moon will be on the 11th, depending on where you are in the world, but it should be around the 11th, and yeah, I should be posting it either a day before that or right on the 11th. All right, guys, so thank you so much, and also don't forget to tune into your ascendant, rising, or moon sign, as oftentimes those will provide you with further insights into your situation. I know that I resonate a lot with my moon, even more than my sun, oftentimes, so feel free to check that out. If you don't know your signs, though, you can click the link below in the description box that I provide, and it will compute your signs for you. All right, so thank you so much again, Scorpio. Have a beautiful April, and I will see you soon. Bye.